Talking about how offensively you guys got to either be fast up the floor or you got to be really organized and spaced up the floor. That's probably easier, said than done. When it actually comes to it and you're turning defense to offense, how do you guys go about that?
Yeah, man. Well, like you said, first of all, we got to get stops first for us to kind of play fast. If we're getting the ball at the basket, it's kind of harder to play faster. But that's something he emphasized today, playing faster and just getting the flow up.
And just after playing a Minnesota team as big as they are, what are some of those big takeaways that you can carry over into a Denver game where you're going to go up and get some size there too?
Pretty much the same thing. Attack the basket, play fast. With more size, teams are a little slower, so we want to use our speed to an advantage. And overall, the message today was just play faster.
Mm-hmm. Kenrich, what did you see out of that? Speaking of the size down low, you end up in the starting lineup with Poku and down in the paint. What did you see out of that group to start with, and as it relates especially to you two being down on the block?
Yeah, they got a big team, 2 7-footers down there protecting the paint. One of them is a defensive player of the year, so it's tough. But that's what the NBA is about. It's about adjusting and figuring out the game plan. And we see them with 2 games. A game later, so I'm pretty sure we'll make some adjustments and we'll be ready to go.
It's pretty much positionless, but you're guarding centers. How challenging is it to guard the bigger guys when you're not as big as those 7-footers?
It's tough, but the NBA is all about positionless basketball. So you want to be able to guard every position. Kind of makes your value go up, man. You want to do a good job of it. You don't want to just be out there guarding them and let them, get off. So you want to do a good job of it and hold your own down it.
Are you watching film specifically to see how you can use their size against them?
For sure, yeah. We definitely watch film. Coaches do a good job of kind of putting together individual film for us to watch before the game and after the game as well. So, like I said, we'll make some adjustments. We'll be ready to go.
In recent history, guards have had some success against face-up bigs like that. You think about like Tony Allen, Marcus Smart, some of those guys. What are some advantages that you do have in those situations, you and Lou, defending bigger guys like that?
Quickness. We're able to use our instincts. And pretty much just kind of use our quickness to an advantage. That's pretty much it.
Do you feel like sometimes teams will slow down what they're doing and almost be distracted by what they may perceive as a mismatch in those situations and try to feed that matchup more than run their offense?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of what you want as a defense. You kind of want them to be stagnant and kind of slow the pace down. And it's all about getting stops.
What do you think of Parker's improvement, playing against the bigs and attacking Towns yesterday, playing together?
He's been great. He's made some big strides, and even in training camp, you can see the progression he's made in his 3 years in the league. So, we're very proud of Pope.
Wondering what you've seen out of Eugene. Mark's made the comment that his energy and way he plays sort of reminds Mark of you a little bit. But what have you seen out of Eugene so far?
Definitely, his energy has been great. Also been great through training camp. He was big for us last night. Came in and gave us some energy off the bench, and that's what we need. Any little energy we can get, we'll take it.
You're obviously a fan of tattoos. Do you have a favorite that stands out?
This W right here. It's my hometown logo, Waco. So, and my daughter and my wife's name. So.
Mike, I guess first of all, just how did it feel to get up and down and get in the game after missing some time in the preseason?
I felt great and just really excited to be back at home. Got to sleep in my own bed the night before, see a lot of friends and family at the game. We were all really excited. And my first time opening night in Target Center, so it was really fun.
There's so much camaraderie and closeness on this team. Is it even a better feeling just going out with these guys in this group and kind of being a part of the mix in that first game?
Yeah, for sure. I think these guys had a great summer, and I know we've all put in the work. Obviously, every player has in the NBA, but just to get to that first regular season game is exciting.
Mike, I know Minnesota creates challenges with their bigs that not a lot of other teams can match. But how do you guys feel like you did overall just handling their size?
I feel like we did all right. I mean, we had a lot of offensive rebounds offensively, which was good. I think kept us in the game there. And I thought we did a pretty good job, doubling Towns. Like that was our game plan. I think, Rudy, got a few too many offensive boards and easy shots around the basket, but that's what he does. He's good at that. So definitely things we can learn from the game.
I was going to say, is there some carryover? I mean, obviously, again, you may not have two teams with 2 7-footers like that, but what do you carry over out of that game the rest of this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think, game plan-wise, there's things we can apply to different teams. We're about to play Jokic in Denver, obviously another really good big man. So, there's definitely carryover.
Mike, one thing you guys did well in that game, you beat them in blocks. You had more blocks than they did, and for a team like this, who's not as much size, seems to be a lot of verticality around the rim, and that's something that you're really good at. What have you seen from this group in terms of how they've been able to protect the rim like that?
Yeah, I think we got guys who play big on this team, and I thought Poku did a great job of starting at the 5. I thought Eugene did a phenomenal job, just bringing energy, playing hard defense, getting some O boards, being physical out there. So he's an example of somebody that is going to be huge for us this year, just to bring the energy off the bench.
Is that kind of a tough lesson for a young guy to go up straight at the rim versus maybe wanting to swat down and try to block the shot like that?
Yeah, I think so. And I think timing's a big part of that too. Just kind of being disciplined of, meeting somebody at the rim and then making them finish. Because, yeah, like you said, sometimes you get a little bit, baited into trying to block it, and then smart players will pick up that foul. So it's just having the trust that if you go vertical, that your teammates will be there on the backside to box out and rebound.
Yep. Random, you have the Carpe Diem bracelet on. Is that the mindset you're taking into games?
Yeah, for sure. That was with my mom. We made this for my mom when she was battling cancer, so I just still wear it. She wore it till the very end. So, yeah, seize the day, seize the effing day, just every day, every breath, just be grateful, live in the moment, and just keep seizing the day. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned Eugene and his energy. Do you remember when you first realized that might be one of his calling cards?
Yeah, we had a team week in Miami this summer, and that was the first time I'd seen him play. And I was still rehabbing, so I wasn't playing, but just watching him play, just noticed his energy and his defense. Even, like in pickup, sometimes, guys are working on stuff offensively, and guys aren't really trying to, hurt anybody out there, but still try to play decently hard. But I just noticed from that, from early on, just seeing him play then, he brought a lot of energy. Yeah.